Mud tracks she leaves behind. Female psychology of cheating. The truth about betrayal. Let's get real for a second. Betrayal doesn't just happen overnight. It's more like a roof that starts leaking long before it finally caves in. You don't always notice at first. You tell yourself it's nothing, just a little water, until one day the whole ceiling crashes down on you. When a woman cheats, it's never quiet, never clean, never without a trail. She always leaves clues, little cracks in the foundation, footprints in the mud. But here's the problem, most men choose to ignore those signs. They tell themselves she's just tired. She's stressed. She just needs some space. But deep down, you know better. You feel it in your gut, that tight, sinking feeling that something isn't right. And you're not crazy for feeling it. I've seen it, and maybe you have too, a man staring at his ceiling at 2 a.m., trying to convince himself nothing's wrong, while the cracks above him grow wider by the day. That's why I'm telling you this. When a woman steps out, she always leaves mud tracks. Always. The question is, will you finally open your eyes and see them? Sign number 1, her attention fades. Let me tell you something most men feel but are afraid to admit. The first crack always shows in her attention. At first, it seems like nothing's changed. She smiles. She asks how your day was. She laughs at your dumb jokes. But then, something shifts. Subtle, but undeniable. One day she's warm and leaning in. The next, she's cold, distant, like a stranger wearing her face. You start noticing she doesn't ask about your day anymore. She forgets things she used to remember, the way you take your coffee, your big meeting, even that story you told her 3 times. And when you bring it up, she just waves it off. You're overthinking. Or, I'm just tired. But deep down, you know that's not the whole truth. I've seen it myself, and maybe you have too, sitting across from someone you love and realizing you're the only one still trying to connect. That sinking feeling in your gut. That's your heart telling you what your mind doesn't want to hear. Her attention has already gone elsewhere. Here's the hard question you need to ask yourself. Are you going to keep pretending she's just tired, or are you ready to face what her silence is really saying? Sign number 2, she starts hiding things. Here's another truth most men don't want to see. When a woman starts hiding little things, it's never about the little things. At first, it seems harmless. She stops talking about her coworkers. Stops telling you why she had such a long day. Her phone, once carelessly left face up on the kitchen counter, now seems glued to her hand or lying face down like it holds state secrets. You catch yourself wondering when she stopped posting pictures of the 2 of you. On Instagram, she almost looks single. And when you ask, she turns it back on you. Why are you being so jealous? Why are you being controlling? But here's what's really happening. She's dividing her life into 2 lanes. The one she shows you, and the one she's already building without you. I've watched it happen, and maybe you have too, that quiet, creeping separation where you feel like a stranger in your own relationship. It's like a magician's trick. She distracts you with one hand while the other is already pulling away. And if you've ever felt crazy for noticing, you're not. She may even gaslight you into doubting yourself. But you know, deep down, something is wrong. So ask yourself this: do you want to keep letting her hide, or are you ready to see the truth she's trying to bury? Sign number 3, the intimacy changes. If you want to know the deepest truth about cheating, look at what happens in the bedroom. Sometimes it's ice cold. She seems bored, distant, quick to roll away when it's over. Like touching you has become a chore. Other times, it's almost too much: sudden passion, strange new moves, a hunger that wasn't there before. Both are red flags. Because intimacy isn't just about the body. When a woman cheats, she redefines what closeness means. It becomes a performance, a cover-up, or an outlet for guilt, but rarely real. I've spoken to men who thought they were imagining it, until one night, after, they realized the truth. It felt like kissing someone through a wall of glass. That emptiness, that's her soul already gone. So let me ask, are you willing to keep pretending that what's left is love, or will you finally face that the connection you feel is already broken? Sign number 4, she picks pointless fights. Here's something few men realize: sometimes, when she fights with you, it's not really about you at all. You leave a dish in the sink, suddenly she's furious, saying you never care. You forget to answer a text while you're driving, and now it's like you betrayed the entire relationship. What's really going on? Guilt. When a woman cheats, she needs to justify her actions to herself. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to make you the bad guy. If she can convince herself you're cold, selfish, or inattentive, then she feels justified for seeking something, or someone, else. I've seen it happen, and maybe you have too, standing in the middle of a shouting match, wondering, what did I even do wrong? That confusion you feel, that's because it was never about the dish or the text. It's her shame lashing out at you. It's her trying to push you away so she can keep her secret safe. So here's the question you need to ask yourself: how many pointless fights will you endure before you realize they're not really about you? Sign number 5, you're no longer in her future plans. And here's the quietest, but most painful, sign of all. One day, you realize your name has disappeared from her dreams. She talks about wanting to travel someday, but doesn't say with you. She mentions wanting her own place, her own plans, her own healing, and you're nowhere in that picture. When you bring it up, she tells you you're overreacting. I just need time to figure myself out, she'll say. But here's what she won't say out loud: she's already figuring out a life without you in it. I've seen this too, and maybe you have, sitting across from someone who looks right through you, like you're already a ghost in their world. And brother, here's the hardest truth: when her mind has already moved on, her body is just waiting to follow. So ask yourself this: are you going to keep pretending she's coming back, or finally accept that she already left? Sign number 6, her priorities quietly shift. Here's a subtle one, but if you're paying attention, you can't miss it. Her priorities start to change, and you're no longer at the center. She pours more time into the gym, her hobbies, her friends, her phone, anything but you. Suddenly, she's always busy, but somehow never busy for you. The things you used to do together. Now she prefers to do them alone, or with someone else. I've seen it, and maybe you felt it, watching the woman you love pour herself into everything but the relationship, while you're left waiting on the sidelines. You tell yourself she's just finding herself, but the truth? She's already placing her energy somewhere else. And here's what you need to ask: if her heart's already elsewhere, why are you still waiting here? Sign number 7, she stops showing vulnerability. This one hurts, because it's the one you notice late. At some point, she stops opening up. Stops crying on your shoulder. Stops sharing her fears, her dreams, her struggles. You realize the intimacy you shared, not just in the bedroom, but in her heart, is gone. You might notice her keeping secrets about little things, where she's going, who she's texting, what she's thinking. But it's more than that, it's that you don't feel like her safe place anymore. I've seen it, and maybe you have, sitting next to her in silence, watching her scroll through her phone, knowing she used to turn to you, but now you're just another stranger in the room. Here's the truth: a woman who no longer trusts you with her heart has already given it somewhere else. So ask yourself, how much longer will you hold out hope for someone who's already stopped letting you in? See the truth and choose yourself. So now you've seen it, the cracks, the clues, the quiet signs she hoped you'd ignore. Her attention fades. She starts hiding pieces of her life. The intimacy changes. The fights don't make sense anymore. Your name disappears from her future. Her priorities shift, and she stops letting you into her heart. And maybe you felt all of these already. Here's what you need to understand: betrayal doesn't begin when her body touches someone else. It begins the moment her soul starts walking away. And every step she takes, she leaves footprints in the mud. You can pretend not to see them. You can keep making excuses for her. You can even beg her to stay. But brother, a man who begs to be loved is no longer standing on his own feet. You deserve better than that. A real man doesn't chase someone who's already halfway out the door. He stands tall. He sees the truth, even when it hurts. And he chooses peace over chaos, dignity over desperation. Because here's the hard truth: if someone needs to lose themselves to find themselves, they were never truly yours to begin with. So stop waiting for her to come back. Stop convincing yourself it's just a phase. The mud tracks are there. You see them now. The only question left is, are you finally ready to walk away before she does?